When solving linear formulas, we can use the same steps we used when solving linear equations. In an earlier segment, I've talked a lot more about the basic structure of what to do when solving a linear formula. In this segment, we'll just review the steps again and then apply them to this next example. So remember, the first thing we want to do is to remove fractions and parentheses if we have those. After that, we want to get all the terms with the specified variable, that which they told you to solve for, on one side of the equation, and get all the terms without the specified variable to the opposite side. And then you want to divide both sides by the coefficient, or that stuff that is multiplied to your specified variable. Now let's look at this example. If they were to ask us to solve 3w plus 5xy equals 4wx plus 2x for w. So if in the directions it told you to specifically solve this for w. Again, what this wants us to do is to get the w on a side by itself equal to an expression where there is no w involved in that other side of the expression. Well, our first step again is to remove all fractions and parentheses. I don't have any fractions and I don't have any parentheses, so I don't have to do that first step in this problem, but I always look to make sure. The second step is I want to get all the terms with the specified variable on one side of the equation. Here's my is equal to symbol, and when I look at the terms, I have a 3w term and then a 5xy term on the left side of the equal sign, and on the right side of the equal sign I have a 4wx term and a 2x term. So when I look for all the terms that have the variable w in it, my specified variable, I have a term of 3w that's on the left side, and I have a term of 4wx that's on the right side. I need them to be on the same side of the equation. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 4wx from both sides to move that term to the other side. So we need to make sure that when we are moving our terms, we move the entire term with our operation of addition or subtraction, whichever is the opposite of how it's attached. Now, when I look at this, remember that when you're adding or subtracting, you can only combine like terms, and like terms have to have exactly the same variable factors. This term of 3w just has the variable factor w. This other term of 5xy on the left side has the variable factors xy. They're not like terms. And this minus 4wx that I subtracted when I moved that over has the variable factors w and x. It's also not a like term with the other ones that are already over here. So the best I can do is just write out that left-hand side with each of those three individual terms. 3w minus 4wx plus 5xy is equal to 2x. So now I have all the terms with my specified variable on one side of the equation. Any term that's also on that side that doesn't have the w in it needs to be moved to the other side. So this next step we're going to do is to subtract 5xy from both sides. So then I have my 3w minus 4wx is equal to 2x minus 5xy. So my equal sign is here. All the terms on the left-hand side have a w in it, and all of the terms on the right-hand side do not have a w in it. So we've gotten to our step 3. Now in step 4, I have to do a little bit of preparation in this particular problem before I can carry out step 4. I need to write this as a product of w and the rest of the stuff that it would multiply to mean the same thing as this left-hand side. Now we've forced these terms on the left-hand side to have a common factor of w. That's why we've sorted them. So what we can do is use the distributive property in reverse, or factor out that common factor of w that we've created. So if we had 3w in our first term and we divide out our specified variable w, we would be left with a 3 in this first term. And if we had a minus 4wx in the second term and we divided out the w, we'll have a minus 4x as our second term. And then close our parentheses, is equal to 2x minus 5xy. And we specifically wanted to do that with w because w is our specified variable, and we want to get that on a side by itself. Now the last thing to do is to divide both sides by the coefficient of your specified variable, the stuff that your specified variable is multiplied to. So here my w is multiplied to this entire quantity, 3 minus 4x. So we will divide both sides by 3 minus 4x. The 3 minus 4x common factor can be removed, and our final solution of solving that formula for w is equal to 2x minus 5xy over 3 minus 4x.